Welcome back everyone. This is Sarker Afroz, lecturer Department of English. Today our lesson is conditionals. Yes learner, if you have any idea about this word, then this video gonna be an excellent way to learn. But if you are not familiar with this word, it will be a simple introduction. So dear students, if you want to apply them, that means conditional, in your writing or speaking, in that case, it's very important to learn some rules. Yes, learner, I know when we are talking about certain rules, we feel pretty loose. But in English grammar, it is very important to maintain some rules. And conditionals are one of them. But dear students, I want to assure you that conditionals are very simple and very clear. Now, we want to start our lesson by the definition with conditionals. So now let's have a look on the board. Well, dear students, you can see I have written here the definition, what to use conditional sentence. Here the definition is, conditional sentence are statements discussing non-factors or hypothetical situation and their consequences. So, from the definition, we can say the conditionals basically used to describe the result of something that might happen in the present or future, or might have happened but didn't in future. So this is the easiest definition of conditional sentence. I hope, dear students, you understood the definition and where to use conditional sentence. Now, a very important part, that is types of conditional sentence. Yes, dear students, in English grammar, there are 4 types of conditionals and the names are, first one, zero conditionals, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. We want to start by zero conditional. I didn't write here the definition, but in brief I mentioned where to use zero conditional. That is, zero conditional basically used to mean habit, facts, or truth. So we can say the zero conditional is used for when the time being referred to is now and always, and the situation is real and possible. The zero conditionals are often used refer to general truth. So in that case, the tense in both parts of the sentence is the simple present tense. You can see I have written here the structure of this conditional. Earlier I told you, if you want to say anything in condition, in that case it's very important to memorize this formulation. So the formulation is, if and present simple, then present simple. That means if clause, there are 2 clauses, and first one is if clause and next one is present simple. Both the clause will be in present simple sentence if the sentence is about habit, facts, or truths. So here are some example for you. First one, if I get sick, I go to doctor. Basically, I'm not sick, but it's fact. If I get sick, in that case, I go to doctor. So it's a fact or truth, but it's in fact I'm not sick. Next one, I wrote here, the demand falls if the prices get higher. Basically, the price, when the price go up, in that case the demand falls. So in reality, demand is not falls. So when situation comes, in that case you are here permitted to use conditionals if, and when you are using in both clause in present simple, in that case it is zero conditional. So one important thing I must say here, if can be used at the beginning or at the middle of the sentence. But when you are using this at the middle, you are not permitted to write here, use here punctuation, comma. But when you are using if at the beginning, in that case you have to use comma at the middle of the sentence. I hope, dear students, you understood about zero conditional. Now next come first conditional. What I wrote here, first conditionals basically use a possible condition and probable result. Possible condition, it may happen. So when to use this type of conditional is used to refer to the present or future where the situation is real. These first conditions refer to possible condition and its probable result. In that case, that means when you are using first conditional, if clause is in the simple present, you can see I have written here, and the main clause in simple sentence. Here are also two clause. First one is principal clause or subordinate clause. Here some example for you. First one, if you are active, you will be successful. See, if you are active. In fact, you are not active. If you active, in that case you will be successful. Next one, we will get wet if it rains. If it rains, so basically it's not raining. So if it rains, in that case we will get wet. So like zero conditional, you can use if at the middle of the sentence. In that case, here comma is not applicable. So dear students, I hope you understood where to use zero conditional and first conditional. Now let's turn to second conditional. Well, here second conditional. I have written here where to use second conditional, a hypothetical condition and its probable result. So if you want to write something which is not real and which happened in past, in that case you can use second conditionals. So we can say here, this type of conditional is used to refer to a time, that is now or anytime, and a situation that is unreal. Here are some examples for you. I will discuss in later. But now I want to say this sentence are not based on fact. The type of conditionals is used to refer to a hypothetical condition. Once again, I am telling you, I emphasize these things to hypothetical situation and its probable result. At the same time, it's important to mention here, you can see I have written the if clause use the simple past, here simple past, and next one the main clause use the past conditionals. Past conditional, that means I have written here would. You can also write here might, could or should, and after that V1, that means base form of verb. So I have written here V1. So I hope you understood the definition this formulation of second conditional, if plus past simple and past conditionals, which will be count by would plus V1. Well, dear students, here some example. First one, if they wanted. I'm talking about past. If they wanted, I would help them. So you understood it's unreal, it's not possible now. So it's hypothetical condition. Next one, he would carry an umbrella if it rained. Basically here he's talking about past. So if it rained, then he would carry an umbrella. So here as well I have written if at the middle of the sentence. So you can write if at the beginning or at the middle of the sentence. Next one, third conditional. Where do you use third conditional? An unreal condition. When you want to say anything unreal, in that case you are permitted to write or use conditional third conditionals. So an unreal conditional and its probable result in the past. Once again I'm talking about past, which is unreal. So here we can say this type of, that means three conditionals, is used to refer to a time that is in the past and the situation that is contrary to the reality. In fact, the facts they are based on are the opposite of what is expressed. I will show you in my example. Now I'm giving you the definition and where to use. So this type of third conditional, that if clause, here you can see past perfect, and next one is perfect conditional. Perfect conditional means would, could, might, or then, have, and V3. So you are here permitted to use could, would, might. And so I hope you understood the formulation. Once again I'm going to repeat it. If plus past perfect and past condition perfect conditional. Here example, if he had gone there, that means once again I'm talking about past. It's basically not talking about present or future. It's not possible, but you are thinking that if that happened, it would, you will did like that. So he had gone there. If he had gone there, he might have enjoyed it, but it's not possible now. Next one, we would have met you if we had known that you were in the library. Well, you can see I have written here if at the middle of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence. So in zero conditional, first conditional, second or third conditional, you are permitted to use if at the beginning or at the middle. And remember, there will be two clauses, and first one is, or second one is principal clause or subordinate clause. So dear student, I hope you understood how to use and where to use conditional sentence. So follow the rules, and it's mandatory for everyone who want to use conditionals to memorize these 4 rules. So we can say conditionals are used to speculate what could happen, or what could happen, or what we wish could happen, or what might happen, what might have happened. So dear students, I hope you understood where to use and how to use conditionals. Now try to use them in your writing and speaking. So that's all for today. Thank you all.